Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Newbie mistake. Forgot to make space on my iPhone. My brother's band were playing this past weekend and I decided to record some video, for some reason in 60 frames and 4K, so that's like a handful of videos just completely decimating your memory. Luckily, I sent the same videos to family members so I could just re-download them. And I've just realised how fucking fat I am looking at the moment. I've got a feeling I might be the biggest that I've ever been. But hey ho, it is what it is. It's that hedonist lifestyle, I suppose. So luckily I haven't tasted the beer yet. But today we're going over to Mountains Walking Brewery. This is part of their seasonal series, and this is Dessert Cart, and this version is brewed with, well, it's a s'mores stout brewed with graham crackers, marshmallows and chocolate, 10.5% ABV. Beautiful artwork there. Recording this as I'm cooking my lunch for tomorrow, and after that's all sorted and finished this, I'm going to go to bed, so the perfect nightcap. But beautiful, beautiful artwork, and I think I did have this at the London Craft Beer Festival because Suds and Soda, the place from which I purchased this beer, had a stand. I think they had a stand at a few of the We Are Beer festivals, as well as Hop City as well, if I remember correctly. And both myself and Harry, aka Blue Nose Beer Reviews, very much enjoyed this when we were at the festival. So when I saw that they had a can of it, I had to pick it up. Made a nice little order actually. Very happy with the beers that I've had so far. But yeah, I just love that artwork. It's beautiful. Looks fantastic. So yeah, 10.5% ABV Imperial Stout. Not bad for a, well, mind you, it is Wednesday, so you know, a midweek casual drink. But beer in the glass then, and just look at that. It's oily as fuck. It's staining the glass already. No head whatsoever, but the sort of remnants are as dark brown as you could possibly get. Jet black beer in the glass. Looks like you could almost like dip your finger in and it would leave an indent. Sort of has that sort of like unset jelly look to it as it's slowly starting to solidify. But anyway, let's see what we get on the nose. Oh, straight away, I'm hit with like chocolate pudding, really like gooey chocolate, like brownie warmed up. There is that slight sort of like sweet marshmallow coming through. It's very subtle though. It's not too sickly or synthetic. I mean, with the stuff that is in it, it's going to have, because it's a dessert stout, obviously. It's not going to be like a modestly, you know, smelling beer, is it? And that's terrible English, but yeah, it's just so many dark, rich, decadent desserts just rolled into one. And I'm not too sure what like the British equivalent of a graham cracker would be, but there is like a sweet biscuitiness to it. But I tell you what, it's just smelling absolutely awesome. So let's see if it's as good as I remember it being at the festival. Cheers, folks. My fucking word. Creamy as you like. Oily, velvety. That ABV masked ridiculously. And I've got a feeling it's going to stain my woeful attempt at growing a moustache. The marshmallow aspect comes out a little bit more on the flavour. It's got that sort of like slight vanilla character. Just bags full of chocolate. And I'm not just saying that because I've read the can again. That chocolate aroma just comes through somehow even more on the flavour. A mixture of dark milk, a little bit of baker's chocolate as well. Again, there's a nice biscuitiness coming through. Just like triple IPAs, these big, bold imperial dessert stouts, for some reason, American breweries just get it so right. I know these sorts of stouts, there is a bit of like contention in them. There are people who are, you know, longing for the days when an imperial stout was just a very basically brewed imperial stout. I've said a few times that I do get a bit bored of beers like this, mainly because a lot of them that I've had in the last sort of like 6 months, I've sort of like, they've promised something, but they just don't fulfill it. Whereas this, you get what you're expecting, but so much more. And could I have said that in a much more annoying way? So much more. There's so much more going on with this. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a wonderful, wonderful beer, and probably one of the best stouts that I've had in a good while. Not to throw shade on the Pipeworks Small Money, Small Problems that I had fairly recently, which in that beer itself was a nice imperial stout as well. But this to me is just absolutely wonderful. Obviously when we had it at the festival, it was poured, you know, from a tap, and also it was chilled down a little bit, which so I think does actually add to beers like this when it's a little bit cooler. Just gives you that sort of almost, you know, like milkshakey vibe about it. Or like ice cream that's melted. I get that a lot when imperial stouts are served chilled, and you know, they're packed full of adjuncts like this is. But an important thing about it is the base imperial stout is fantastic as well, and those flavours are utilised just flawlessly. Really beautiful. Not too sickly sweet, but it's indulgent. There's almost like coffee with ice cream in it coming out. There's a very subtle roastiness. There's a little bit of a bitterness on the end once those sweet flavours have subsided. So I would imagine that, and I'm sure they would have brewed it, just the base imperial stout, before all of these wonderful ingredients have been added, I could imagine it is an absolutely stellar imperial stout in its own right. It's the body, it's just that satisfaction, the whole drinking experience as a whole, just wonderful stuff. It's bonkers, but not too much. It all works. What you get on the description is what you get on the actual taste and then some. Just a truly terrific pastry stout. Oh man, wonderful stuff. Cannot recommend this enough. I'm not sure when this was actually brewed. Let's see, does it actually say? Canned on the 12th of, or the 13th of June, 21. So yeah, it's definitely up there with one of the best beers that I've had this year. And as soon as I'm able to, I will definitely be making another order with Suds and Soda. I can't fault them. The range is really good, intriguing. Prices are great as well. Service was good, even though they weren't able to fulfill some of the beers that I had ordered. They swapped them out for different beers, as well as giving me a refund on those beers. And, you know, you don't get that a lot, really. And it was a quick turnaround as well when I delivered it. And the other beers that I bought from this order have been really good as well. So highly recommended, not only the beer, but also checking out Suds and Soda if you're in the UK. I think they're involved with Neon Raptor. In fact, I've got the Neon Raptor birthday Imperial Stout in the fridge, which I shall be cracking open very soon. But yeah, wonderful stuff. Wonderful, wonderful stuff indeed. So if you've tried it or any of the other editions of Dessert Cart, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. What's some of your favourite Mountains Walking brewery beers? Because I'm very much interested in hearing what you guys would recommend. Based out of Montana. In fact, the day that I'm recording this, Suds and Soda have actually got more of their beers up on their shop. And it's so tempting to make another order, but I need to be a little bit more sensible. I've got enough beers to last me for a day or so. But yeah, so go check out Mountains Walking Brewery. What a name for a brewery, by the way. Beautiful stuff. And it carries over into the artwork. And more importantly, the beer inside is fantastic. And it's just as good, if not better, than I remember it at London Craft Beer Festival. Although, what I will say is, drinking it a little bit chilled just adds a little bit of a different experience to it. And I've just picked this straight out the sort of like cabinet that I have my beers in, and it's just hitting the spot. Wonderful stuff indeed. So any thoughts, opinions, recommendations, always appreciated. Links down below, and hopefully you'll join me next time for another beer review. So thank you for watching. I do look slightly like I'm alt-right with my haircut. And, I mean, just look at that. I'm a big boy. I'm a growing lad. But, yeah, anyway. Cheers for watching, folks. You all take care, stay safe, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.